Let's bring in retired four-star Navy Admiral James Stavridis, the former Supreme Allied Commander of NATO and the partner of the Carlyle Group, which is an international investment firm. So, Admiral Stavridis, should the Trump administration accept this plane from Qatar if he asked you for your counsel? And what does it signal to Qatar and other Middle Eastern countries that are looking to make closer relations with the United States, with the Trump administration?
No, they should not accept the plane. You've outlined the key reasons. Number one, the source. So this is simply inappropriate to come from a nation that has also funded Hamas, that has close ties with the Iranian regime. Number two, it's the ethics of it. You said, well, we're not going to talk about ethics.
Well, I meant with John.
You got to talk about the ethics of this. And having been a senior official who would receive gifts as Supreme Allied Commander, you can't accept anything above a couple of $100. So how is it that you can receive this $400 million gift? So there's an ethical problem. And then I think worst of all is where you started to go with John a moment ago. You'd have to take this plane apart. You'd have to take it down to the studs and then rebuild it. So it doesn't make much sense from a cost perspective. And also, who knows who's been in, around, through that plane. I think it is a non-starter to accept it.
$400 million Trojan horse, perhaps. Who knows? While in Saudi Arabia today, President Trump said Iran will never have a nuclear weapon, and he threatened to put maximum pressure if a deal's not reached. Take a listen.
I don't like permanent enemies, but sometimes you need enemies to do the job, and you have to do it right. Enemies get you motivated. If Iran's leadership rejects this olive branch and continues to attack their neighbors, then we will have no choice but to inflict massive maximum pressure.
What's your reaction?
Number one, he is correct. Iran should never have a nuclear weapon because they have vowed to use it to destroy the state of Israel, our closest democratic ally and partner. So I agree. We should never permit Iran to have a nuclear weapon. Number two, I think the president is right to have both an opportunity for the Iranians to come to the table and to hold in the background the Sunday punch. And the reason it's a good time to do that, Jake, is because Iran is in the worst negotiating position I've seen in my decades in uniform. All their proxies are bent or broken. Hamas, Hezbollah, Syria, the Houthis are backing down, and their air defense system is minimized. So it's a good time, I think, to not only restate the fundamental proposition, kind of paragraph one, you'll never get a nuclear weapon. And number two, let's go in and try and make a deal that avoids that Sunday punch.
So Trump also announced plans today to lift all sanctions against Syria. This, of course, following last year's fall of the Assad regime. Take a listen.
I will be ordering the cessation of sanctions against Syria in order to give them a chance at greatness.
So a White House official says President Trump's expected to informally greet the new president of Syria tomorrow. How does this all impact Israel, given the fact that Prime Minister Netanyahu has been rather skeptical towards the new government of Syria?
I think if you had told me 6 months ago that President Trump would be having a meeting with the leader of Syria and not taking a meeting with the Prime Minister of Israel, I would have said that's impossible.
Right.
I mean, there really is a kind of dramatic irony here. Point two to be made, I led the war in Libya, and I watched Libya kind of unfold, and it's still completely broken. My view, let's try and give the new Syrian regime a chance. And number three, if there is a loser in this trip, it really is Israel. They have to be standing back and watching all the attention, all the focus on the Arab world and on Iran, but really not much focus on Israel. If you're Prime Minister Netanyahu, I think you're asking yourself, maybe I'm not handling my Trump account properly. Watch for changes.
Interesting. Retired four-star Navy Admiral James Stavridis, also an accomplished author. Thanks for being here. Really appreciate it.